In this video, we're going to discuss valgus knee and how your underactive glutes and tight adductors are pulling you into a compromised position, creating a lack of stability in your hip and adding shear force to your knee. For this protocol, we're going to need a lacrosse ball, a yoga block, and resistance bands. To start, we want to promote blood flow and increase fluid dynamics to the tight overactive tissue of our adductors. Begin by placing a lacrosse ball on top of a yoga block. While lying face down on the ground with one hip in flexion, place your inner thigh on the ball. From here, search for tight, sensitive tissue. Once you find a spot that's painful, go into hip internal rotation while taking deep breaths. We will perform this for 1 minute per side. The goal here is to improve blood flow to the area and enhance fluid dynamics. Tight tissue is like a dry sponge. It becomes less pliable and it increases the risk of tears and strains. This is going to help the stretching process become more effective. Now that we've provided blood flow and finished the soft tissue work, we're going to try to loosen the musculature of our adductors by getting into a frog stretch. From a tabletop position, come down onto your forearms. Then begin opening your hips laterally as much as you can while maintaining a 90-degree knee angle. Shift your weight back to your heels and search for a large stretch in your groin. Hold this position for 30 seconds, gradually shifting your weight further back to your heels. I like to readjust halfway through by widening my knees more and then restarting this process. Now that we've hydrated the tissue and lengthened the tissue, now let's do a little bit more of a dynamic exercise to try to work on hip abduction and external rotation, with us and a load assisting us into a deeper position. Perform a lateral hip shift. While in the bottom of a lunged position, shift your leg laterally to the side of you, aiming for a slightly larger than 90-degree knee angle. While holding a light load at your hips, take a deep breath in and begin shifting your weight as far towards your toes as you can. When you reach your end range of motion, take a deep breath out and hold for 3 seconds. Perform a set of 10 reps per side. As you perform, make sure your knee tracks directly in the direction of your foot and it does not collapse inward. Keep your torso facing forward and not rotating. Last, we want to work on activating the tissue of our glute that hasn't been firing properly. So we're going to work on the proprioception and our mind-muscle connection by doing some fire hydrants. Start by placing a mini band right around your knees. Then, with one foot about 2 feet away from a wall, and the other foot up against the wall with only your toes being the point of contact and the foot being about 1 foot off of the ground, focus on stabilizing the bottom foot's knee over your toes and not letting it collapse into internal rotation as you abduct and open up the hip on the wall as much as you possibly can. Perform 15 repetitions with a 1-second hold at the top of each rep. This should engage both glutes through stabilization and abduction. If you don't feel this, we need to continue doing more soft tissue work, but now on our glutes to try to loosen up some of that tissue and again, help proprioception and you being able to fire that tissue. Not being able to properly fire your glute and activate the tissue, as well as having tight adductors, are something that's super common within human movement. This protocol is going to help you improve the ability to open up your hips, activate your glutes, leading to more stability and strength in all lower body movements, and helping you move better on a day-to-day basis, most importantly. Perform this protocol frequently, and I promise you're going to start moving better. Keep me updated on your progress. I look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks for being here.